Welcome, everybody. Well, whether we are in manufacturing, education, admin, or any of our professional lives, we got to do something called a project or a task. And we all often face issues that are common across the broad scope of events. Today, I would like to share something important that affects every one of us in business and at workplaces. This is not a presentation about improving tools or processes. It is about understanding why, even after having them, execution still fails. We are going to find something very interesting after reviewing a repeated pattern. Let's begin. Let's say we are in a manufacturing organization and we need to complete certain tasks or projects. And this is common situation across most manufacturing setups that everything exists, yet outcomes are unpredictable. Have you thought about then why most of the projects face delays? Why work or redesign or rework of some parts or assembly is done at a later stage? Why there is firefighting to meet the deadlines or to convince the customer that everything is going fine. Let's take an example. When you go to meet your friends, what do you need? You need a car, a driver, you need fuel in the car, and you need process information to reach the destination, a route map. Is there anything else required before going from point A to point B? Is there anything missing? Sometimes, when you reach to the destination, you realize that we arrived late. There were delays, maybe because of wrong turns or breakdowns. So, what I mean to say, even if all the elements are available, journeys don't always go as planned. The question is why? So after reaching the destination, what we do is we reflect backwards. Sometimes we need to explain to ourselves that why we reached late here. Maybe we never checked the fuel. Maybe we never checked that we had a flat tire or the air pressure was too low. Maybe we choose the wrong road or guess the wrong turn signal. Maybe the driver was not fully prepared or was sick. So whatever the reason may be, after all, we got delayed. So what do you think the issue was? Now, exactly the similar analogy could be applied in factories, in manufacturing setup, because the similar pattern exists. We know we have to make something and we have to meet the target dates and the quality requirements. And for that, we follow some process. Let's say we start from metal testing, then we do the casting process for, let's say, aluminum, then we do the machining, pre-treatment, painting, assembly, and finally the testing. So throughout all the process, including so many other additional process as well, what we face, there are some gaps, there are some assumptions based on which the problems occur and rejection happens. What we do after that? Similarly, just like the car example, we try to do the analysis. In the analysis, we try to find out what actually happened, where the things actually gone wrong. The key point here is we already have a process box, but we also have some hidden failure sources. What kind of failure sources? These are the sources that are hidden in front of us, like incomplete inputs. There are some assumptions that are not validated. There are design feasibility gaps, parameter instabilities, and vendor misalignments. Some assumptions, those are not validated, will always create problems. When there are design related issues, inequality drawings or parameters are not maintained, or if there is any vendor-based misalignments, we are going to face some issues. So these issues are invisible during execution, but when failure occur, everyone come to know. Similarly, when we try to see where these gaps were, and what we do is analysis. We do after analysis. and try to solve these problems after the failures occur, like we do the DMAIC, root cause analysis, PPM tracking, fishbone analysis. There are multiple more checks. We try to see what happened. But the thing is, we are excellent at solving the problems after they occur. After. But the problems keeps repeating. What is missing? These are not the tools or the processes. Execution readiness control. Before starting the project, before completing any task, before going forward, do we decide that execution should start now or not? The decision of execution readiness control is important. Execution architecture, M-EXOS, comes into the play. The definition of M-EXOS is it is a structured system that ensures execution starts only when all conditions are ready. We apply this M-EXOS system in most of the areas to control that inputs are complete, there are assumptions that are visible, the decision ownership, whatever decisions are taken, who has taken them, what is the level of decisions are approved, was there any risk, are the risks identified, and is the project is ready, and there is validation for that. Things need to be in control before we start any project or task. So we do the planning before, not after. So what changes with M-EXOS after we implement it? Before M-EXOS, there is firefighting, there is rework, there are delays, and there is high PPM in the process, in the factory, in between the teams, in the actual execution of the work. And after we implement M-EXOS, there is a controlled start, there is predictable execution, there is reduced rework, and there is stable output because we plan things in advance. We've taken care of all the parameters in control. What is the real shape? What is changed? Change is you do not improve execution by working harder during the process. You don't improve the execution by working harder. You're not putting extra hours, not putting extra team members, machinery, process improvement, nothing. Nothing is improved, nothing needs to be changed during the process. You're not working harder when everything is in execution. You improve it by starting correctly before the process begins. So here I leave you with a simple thought. You don't inspect the car after reaching the destination. You check it before starting the journey. And M-EXOS ensures your system is ready before execution begins. And I leave you with that thought. In case of more information, you can reach out to me on my email address. Thank you.